Life started on me, on the streets actually when I was a kid. My parents were junkies. They were into heroin, in and out of jail, I left home at 14, to give myself my own life, be able to know when I was going to eat, have a place to stay, know if I was going to have clean clothes, because when I was with my parents, I didn't have that choice. Needless to say, though, when I left home, I became a drug dealer. That's the only way I could support myself at 15 on the streets. 14 and 15, being on the streets, nobody's going to give you a job. After probably about a year of me, being a drug dealer, I started using drugs. I got into cocaine, real heavy, to where I was smoking $300-400 worth of crack a night, 15, 16. Then I got into meth by the time I was 16, actually. I started smoking it and snorting it, and then later it became shooting up. And there were several times that I had overamped, and there's quite a few times even overamped myself on purpose to go to sleep. Little did I know I might be killing myself. My mom at 18 gave me my first shot of heroin, At the time, I thought that was the best and only thing a junkie mom could do for a junkie son to make them feel better. Little did I realize that I just paid my first intuition to a life of hell. I done a lot of wrong, hard, bad things to people to get a fix. I've robbed people. I've strong-arm robbed people. I've stolen. I've lied. I've cheated. I did 2 years in prison. The only good thing I got out of it was I got my GED, my education. I took a vocational training course for janitorial where I'm certified in doing that. I can clean carpets and be a maintenance guy, basically. And I got 42 college credits for it, and that's probably the only good thing that I got out of going to prison. But the most important thing that I really got out of it was a buddy of mine, big black guy, named Keith. And this guy, he just look at him, he kind of put fear in you. He'd come up to me, put his arm around me, and goes, "You know what, Mickey, you should come to church with me tonight." I was like, no, brother, it's not for me, it's not for me. He goes, no. He goes, you should. I'm glad to listen to that, man. Right then I gave my life to the Lord. I was baptized in prison. Of course, it took me till about 2 years after I got out of prison to finally come clean from the heroin. Even though I'd given my life to God, I still had this monkey on my back that just wouldn't let go. And it was really, I didn't realize until a couple years after I got clean that it was really depression. I need God in my life to help me be a strong man, to have the willpower to want to be somebody. And what I mean by being somebody is not by having money. It's about being a human being again, because when you become a junkie, you're not human. You're a zombie. You're a walking, lifeless person. Your soul has disappeared. My friends, and even people from Dry Bones that were there for me when I was junked out, always gave me friendship. And little did Dry Bones know, there's quite a few times that when somebody would come and talk to me, that they might have saved my life for that day, because I was contemplating doing a big shot, killing myself. Because they showed me that love and compassion and humanity of, hey, I don't know what your pain is or what you're going through, but I'm your friend and I'm here. People like me that grew up on the streets around drugs all their life, we're used to not having people there for us. We're not used to having somebody we can depend on for anything. We're used to being lied to, stolen from. Hell, I can't even remember a time that I had a Christmas or a birthday present that I could ever keep without my stepdad taking it from me to sell for a shot of heroin, And granted, yeah, I had a taste of that lifestyle by becoming a heroin addict myself. But I tell you what, brothers and sisters, I would never go back there again. Right now I'm trying to keep from crying for the realization right now of how much of my life I've lost because of drugs in prison and jail. Statistically, people who use intravenous drugs will most likely never quit if they start before the age of 25. There's a 3 to 7 percentile of people who actually will quit and stay clean. And I'm lucky and halfway to say that I'm in the 3 to 7 percentile that got clean and wants to stay clean.